Good morning from Pattaya, Thailand. Look at this view we have here. This is one of my favorite views, actually. It's not a sea view, but there's so many trees, different types of trees. It's just so green, and you have some, cityscape here too. Sea there, you have a sea view technically, but just kind of having it with all these trees, for me, one of the better views I've had, so I like it. This is the Laguna 2 building in Jomtien. I've stayed at now 3 units here. The one unit, I made a video about a horrible smell. It was terrible. But the other 2 were good. This was the best one so far. I think getting a high floor, get a 6th, 7th, 8th floor unit, and you will avoid bathroom smell issues. I think that's a good rule of thumb in general. Otherwise, it's just luck of the draw, or should I say you kind of have to be choosy about what unit you take for the sake of noise and your view. From what I hear, if you take the pool view on the other side, and it makes sense, there's tons of kids playing in the pool all day, every day. And you're going to hear that, your apartment is then facing all of that noise. So, I like to leave my balcony door open sometimes, get a breeze, you hear birds, you hear nature sounds, it's nice. But if you're on the pool view, specifically in these big Laguna buildings where there's tons of Russian families with kids, I would say you don't want to have a pool view here. Get any of the views that are on the outside, that's the move. And then it's good. It's pretty quiet, peaceful, especially for the location, for where it is. And yeah, I really enjoy this building, especially for the price. I think they're anywhere in between 200 to 275 US dollars, depending on the room and, who you're going to get it from. But I always say go directly to the office in the building, and you can get the best deal and the least amount of potential headaches, no middlemen. If they want to work with a realtor, they will direct you specifically to a specific realtor, So that's my recommendation. If you do see listings online, a lot of times they're not even active. If you do reach out and you get in touch with one and it seems good and you go look at it, then fine. I think it's good. But everything I've heard from people who've been here a long time and have secured multiple condos have told me that the best way to do it is in person, in the office of the building, if they have one. So yes, well, I am here through the weekend. It is Friday, Friday morning, 8:30 in the morning now. Got up very early, 3:30. I normally would go back to sleep, but I was awake, pretty awake, so just got up. And normally I would upload the vlog too before I went to sleep, but I just kind of passed out, and so I got up and I was like, oh, I have to edit the vlog and upload it. So got it done. It was good. Figure out what I'm gonna do today. I wanted to do a walk and talk out here on the beach. Just too windy along the beach. A little less windy over here on this side. But I think I'm gonna walk down a back street, a side street. Actually, it doesn't feel too bad now, but figure, I write down a bunch of topic titles in my notes that I want to talk about, make separate videos on. And so one of them is the quality of life in NYC versus Thailand, especially after spending a couple of months here and planning to stay here permanently. I want to give some thoughts on how I feel about the quality of life here versus living in America, living in New York City. I just want to say, I think New York City has one of the highest quality of living in the whole world. In my experience, it's just that that comes with a price. That comes with a big price tag. And if you don't have the money for it, then it brings quite a low quality of living, actually. I've lived there in both states, where I've lived there in, living there without making money, being broke, paying $500 per month rent and still not being able to pay that. Then I've lived there making plenty of money to live and paying $3,000 a month for rent in a nice neighborhood and traveling. So I've lived there in two different ways, Of course, living there with money is much nicer. That's when the really good parts of New York really shine and come out, is when you can actually enjoy them, you can actually go eat some nice food, and you're not, maybe you don't have to use the subway to get everywhere. And so, New York to me is still one of the best places in the world. Now, obviously, I left to come here, so that's for some reason, right? It's not because New York is bad. It's more so the quality of life for how much I'm spending issue, So when I left, I would say just even earning $5,000, $6,000 per month, $7,000 per month, it does not feel like enough in New York, in Manhattan, or in Brooklyn to live really comfortably, as well as travel. It's just not possible. Of course, you can move your budget around in certain places and probably make it work. Of course, people do it. People live on $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, but compared to living on $3,000 a month here, there's no comparison. You will have a better quality of living here. I think if you have $15,000 a month in New York, you can live a really good quality of life, high quality of life, similar to as if you had, $4,000 here, maybe $5,000. If you have $4,000 or $5,000 here, you can live a really high quality of life. The same in New York for $15,000. So I would say, since being here, I don't feel like my quality of living has gone down. I feel like it's gone up. And I've had a few different people in the comments saying things like, there was one that was like, I don't know why people trick themselves into saying that, the quality of life is better in Thailand than Western countries, when that's just not true. People saying like, oh, the condos, apartments are so much nicer, in America, stuff like that. And it's like, there is, of course, nicer houses and apartments in the U.S. Available, right? Beautiful, the best of the best there available. But you need to be rich. You need to actually be rich. And so that is the difference. That's where the comparison really comes in. I don't think you could live in New York for $4,000 with $4,000 a month and really have a good life. I've done it before. It's just you won't save anything. You won't have insurance. Of course you can live in the outskirts. You can move outside of the city, but that's not a good comparison, because here it's like I'm choosing good areas. I'm choosing the areas that I want to live in, I would say in New York, I'm not even choosing the exact area I want to live. that's even more out of reach. You know, you get anything near the water, you get something near like the most connected subway stations. I mean, it's just like, it's outrageous. That's when you have to be like filthy rich. So yeah, to me there's almost no comparison, but to give an actual comparison, yeah, I mean, the quality of life here is far higher. Food, I mean, thankfully Thailand has really good food, because coming from New York, I'm a little bit spoiled. We have like the best food in the world. So yeah, I mean, it's on par here. That's what I'll say. Maybe there's not as much variety as New York, and it's, yeah, maybe in Bangkok you can get the same quality level as New York, and you're gonna pay similar price as New York for a fancy steakhouse, or, you know, some Michelin star like restaurants, some, you know, just some fancy restaurants, Japanese restaurants, whatever it is. There's all sorts of food in Bangkok, and you know, the price can go up accordingly. I guess to me, like, the food is still a little bit better in New York. If I had to just pick one or the other for the rest of my life, you know, the access in New York is a bit better. Now I'm in Pattaya, where the food is not bad, but at the same time, it's not Bangkok. It's not like this cultural melting pot. Yes, you can get like Indian food, Pakistani food, and Middle Eastern, whatever, Western, Italian food here, but you can't get like top notch of each of those cuisines. You know, you're not getting like best in class of any cuisine really. But the food here is still good, and the Thai food here is still good, of course. So, yeah, in New York, I'd say you have just a big variety, all the Western food, and then you have all the international food as well. You know, you can actually get good Thai food in New York City. Yeah, it's still different than in Thailand. It tastes different, and maybe it's not as authentic, but it's still really good. And I've been places where they have Thai food that's, you know, garbage. So yeah, food in New York slightly better, but it's no problem. Like, living in some other countries, like I lived in Berlin, I lived in Germany, and it was clearly a step down. Like, it felt like a huge step down with the food I had access to, the quality of the food. You know, I was just in Bali for 2 months. I felt like the quality of the food and yeah, just the overall access was not what I wanted. And so here it feels good. Here feels good again. You know, in New York it feels good. So to be able to compare it to New York, I think that says something in itself. It is a sunset time right now, so it's really busy over here. You know, I'm gonna stop by this 7-Eleven just to see. There's some seats up top. You know, actually I have it in another video where I post up at that 7-Eleven up there. Look, we have a couple seats up there. I like to just grab a coconut milk on ice and just post up there. You know, if you do drink alcohol, you do drink beer, that's probably a great spot for that as well. Of course, we have the always fun little fitness bunch, you know, doing their dance, the whole thing. We have another one over here. I think it will always brighten up the day to see these classes. You know, everybody's kind of in a good mood and the weather is good, so I always like when they're doing that. Yeah, there's a little bit of space up there, but there is some folks. Usually it's empty. Let's see, get my coconut milk here. Perfect Chowco. I'm just gonna get one actually. It's a good way to limit myself. Just get the, sorry, excuse me. Just getting a small one and putting a lot of ice. It's like loading up the ice, you know. It's a hack because usually they would be 2 times the size of this. Okay, perfect. Should only be about 20 baht. 17 baht for the milk. And a few baht for the ice. 20 baht. $25 baht. 40 baht. Go upstairs here, thank you. Top and top. This guy behind me is just right on my my ass here. Some people are antsy. I mean, it is busy. Hello, hello. Let's see. Oh yeah, some people out here. Looks like this guy is just leaving. Perfect. Wow, perfect timing because he was literally sitting right here. Oh wow, look at this. We got a perfect view of the classes up here. Oh, how perfect is that? Yeah, I mean, the sunset time is the best time to secure this this real estate here, so I'm pretty glad that I got this spot. Let's sit down with this coconut milk, enjoy some people watching. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. That's the most relaxing, enjoyable part of the day. Just chilling out here and yeah, taking it all in. All right, here we go at pour. You see, it pretty much fills up the whole cup with just this small one. No need to get more than that. I mean, that's perfect. Let that get a little bit cold, right? This is perfect. People get real into it, you know, love it. Oh, that wets the beak, that does. Woo. It's like incredible. Oh my God. Why is that coconut milk so good? Oh my God. That's good. Chow Co. Hopefully one day get a sponsorship from Chow Co. They are Thai, they are local. I can dream, right? Okay, well that was fun. Just chilled out there for about 40 minutes probably. I'm just pretty close walk, maybe 5 minutes walk to dispensary. So I think I'm gonna stop in, you know, pick up maybe 2 of them 100 baht grams. Can't beat it, can't beat it. It's only, yeah, soy 5, so it's a short walk. Got even windier out here. Beautiful night, I will say. Yeah, let's just walk along the beach walk. I don't know if there's a, yeah, there is a sidewalk over here actually. Just gonna cross instead. Maybe get a little bit less wind. Oh yeah, it's a Friday out here, so you know, it gets a little bit busier. It's just very, very busy for the end of February. From what everybody has been saying, it's more busy than they would expect at the end of February. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly when high season and low season like ends and starts, but yeah, it's like actually it's March now, so March 1st, March 2nd, something like that. A lot of police out here tonight for the last couple hours, like regulating traffic and just like blowing their whistles. You know, I don't really know what they're doing exactly. It doesn't look like anything's going on, but we're just keeping the peace, keeping order around here. So we have some seafood here. 300 baht for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 prawns. 10 pretty big sized prawns. Not the cheapest, but you know, we are beachside. It's kind of what you're paying for. Probably fresh though. Chicken, pork, always pork. Of course, we got 7-Eleven inside. This is here. This is assorted mixed things. No, okay. Oh, that's rare. She really didn't want to be on film, or she didn't want her stall to be on film. I think that's the first time that ever happened with just like a regular Thai food stand. Interesting. Maybe she's doing some business in the shadows as well. And so, who knows? But we made it to you always look at the sign, the immigration sign. That's when you know you've made it to the right street. I tried to go here the other day, it was closed. Tried to get me a smoothie. This is the one like mobile phone SIM card spot as well, anywhere nearby. I mean, there's another one at the Rampo Market, which is at the end of this street, across the street, but this is a nice one by the beach, I will say. But yeah, just gonna walk down here, sky high. You can't smoke inside anymore, so just kind of typically go in and grab what I need, maybe roll it there, but otherwise, you know, gotta take it home and enjoy. But still, best value. I mean, 100 baht really saves me. Otherwise, I'd have to be really taking a break. I'd have to just like smoke less on a regular basis. If you do come by this place, tell them that you found them from Ben Fisherman, and they will give you additional special promo off the entire order. So at least 10%. Yeah, just let them know. All right, we're here. Just gonna grab what I need. Probably just grab like 2, you know, something for the next day or 2. Was in there way longer than anticipated. Always end up just sitting down and meeting somebody and chatting for a while in there. That's the best part about the dispensaries is meeting people inside, especially on the weekends. So that's why it sucks that they took away smoking in the shop. I mean, they've already had police come there multiple times when like nothing's even going on. You know, it's not that they're being extra difficult about it. It's just that they're like, they're really making sure that people are not smoking in the shops, you know, whatever. But it definitely brings down the, I don't know, there used to be a cool energy in some of the places, you know, they would fill up on the weekends. Yeah, just, it's fun. But now it's like you kind of roll, you know, you roll up and you have to kind of leave. You know, you kind of have to go home. Or coming down to the beach. I don't like smoking by the beach. You know, not only is it illegal, but also it's just like very windy. And I know I say that all the time, but the wind affects the smoking even more than filming. It's like burns super quickly and kind of ruins it. So Usually I'll just go back home, go onto the balcony. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna head home. You know, it's pretty nice down here. It's pretty busy. You know, you can see this restaurant, very busy in here. A lot of people. And we are just at like the start of Jomtien, so it's like the busiest part of the beach. Yeah, probably maybe just order some food on Grab. So get back to the bike and skedaddle. Just ordered up 1.5 kilos of the good stuff. And by good stuff, I do mean minced pork. So I will be cooking up some minced pork for dinner. Friday night, just gonna chill out here, enjoy my spliff. A little tobacco inside. That's my idea of, you know, a little extra on a Friday night. I haven't had tobacco in a little while, so it'll be good. You know, I always forget to turn off the air conditioning. I have to turn it off when I'm outside, or else this fan just, it goes, it's loud. I mean, it took me the longest time just to even realize that I could turn off the AC and this fan would stop. Because I always used to just sit outside and it's like, damn, that fan is annoying. You know, it messes with my smoking. It's like, you know, I just want some quiet sometimes. And I realized it's when the aircon is running. Yep. So I will wait for my food. You know, I ordered the pork from this place called Pig and Chick. They just have pork and chicken. They deliver through Line Man app. So I order that way. It's about the same price as the market. I actually just stopped at the market and they did not have any pork, no meat. You know, 8 p.m. or so and finished. Maybe because it's Friday. I don't know. You know, it's also kind of late. They start early. I gotta forget about buying meat late from now on. You know, I don't even know this Pig and Chick place, if it's like a storefront, if they have refrigerators. You know, it usually comes quite cold, so I figure they have it refrigerated at least. But the quality is always good. It's never rotten. You know, I can have it in my fridge for a day or 2 days and it's always still quite fresh. So I do believe that the quality standards, the freshness is high. But yeah, let's smoke this. To continue what I was saying about the quality of life comparison, New York City versus Thailand, like just having a balcony like this, you know, something I always kind of dreamed about in New York. You know, like, yeah, on the water, or just like in general, having a nice balcony, even with just like a nice city view, it's always something I really wanted. And it's just like so far out of reach. You know, the buildings that have balconies, especially like a proper balcony, it's just like incredibly expensive, you know. Like, you know, 5, 6, 7,000 US dollars per month. 4, 5, 6,000 US dollars per month for one bedroom. So bizarre, you know. I will say, like, if you're rich, quality of life in Thailand versus New York City, probably pretty similar. Like maybe you'd prefer New York City then, because you really have the highest end of shopping, you have the highest level of food. But like still, like your quality of life in Thailand with a lot of money would be exceptionally high also, you know. So yeah, I'd say when you don't have much money, or when you're trying to watch how much you have, or you're retiring, or you're budgeting, you're gonna have a better quality of life here in Thailand. And then I'd say to people who are middle class up to upper class, like quality of life probably similar, very similar. You know, it doesn't feel at all like a third world country here. It doesn't feel like, you still have the quality and the access similarly as New York. New York is its own special thing, so maybe it's better to compare it to all of America, but yeah, I don't think the rest of America is necessarily all like worth living in. There's a lot of cool spots, there's a lot of nice places to see, nice nature, a few cool cities, but like majority of America isn't comparable quality of living wise to me to Thailand, because whether it's the people around or the access you have to food and different things. Yeah, maybe New York, California, like Colorado, Miami, places in Texas. You have good places, but yeah, for me, I spend most of my time in New York, so I'll compare that. And Philadelphia as well. That's where I was really actually born originally. And there's similarities. Both are on the East Coast of the United States, and quite similar. Similar types of people, similar lifestyle. New York is just a bit, it's more New York. It's fancy in places, and then it's a little more cultured. Everything's a little bit more crazy there, but yeah. Otherwise, I feel like one of the main reasons I would move here, one of the main reasons I've always fantasized, I think, about like living in Southeast Asia. Originally was Bali, and now here it's like it was always the cost of living. It was always the like the value, what I felt like I was getting for how much I was spending, and that's like was my breaking point at the end in New York. Was like what am I doing here? Why am I spending this much per month on rent and everything? Why am I doing this? why am I living here if I don't feel like I'm getting good value in life? So here it doesn't feel that way. Here it feels like I'm getting too much value almost. Even if certain things are not like dirt cheap, certain things are more pricey now. Thailand getting more pricey. Put that aside, it's like no, it's still no comparison to New York City or to America, and I'm sure other Western countries too. Which I've not been to the UK, I've not been to Australia, but I have a feeling it's quite similar, and that's why so many of you guys come here and stay here and want to live here and move here. So let me know down in the comments, how do you feel about the cost of living and the quality of life in Thailand versus wherever you're from, and make sure to let me know what country you're from. So yeah, I'm curious, especially how it compares to other countries that are not the US, but also interested in hearing how does it compare to other states in the US that I've not spent time in. So, because I have a lot of American subscribers, and a lot from UK, Australia, and Canada as well, but a bunch of other random scattered countries. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think about Thailand versus your country. Good day, folks. Kind of knocked out last night pretty early after eating that pork. Yeah, not a super eventful Friday night. I wanted to take it easy, just relax. Even tonight, it's Saturday. I'm not planning on going out. Just taking it easy this weekend. Probably my last weekend in Pattaya. Still to be fully determined, but I'll probably go to Bangkok on Monday, if not somewhere else. So yeah, that's the plan for now. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. Drop a thumbs up below. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog.